Um, so it's day 46 and also day 2 of monk mode, or the end of day 2 of monk mode. Now, I'm going to bed so much later than I wanted to because I was playing tennis for a lot longer than I thought I was going to be, and I had to get home, have a shower. That's why my hair's kind of a bit messy, and yeah, basically, no one cares. But yeah, today's been somewhat tough. I don't want to make excuses. Every day's gonna be tough, right? And obviously, it's the start of this process, so it's obviously gonna be as hard. Like, it's not gonna get much harder than how hard it's gonna be at the start of what it is you're doing. But today I woke up at 6 a.m. I got out of bed perfectly fine. I mean, I woke up at 4 a.m. actually, and I couldn't get back to sleep because I had slept somewhat yesterday. Um, and yeah, I mean, I still had like 6 hours sleep, so it's fine. So I got out of bed at around half past five, six ish, and I was out the house going to the gym at 20 past six, so that was fine. But what I've found is although this is maybe contrary to like common opinion, and also maybe it's due to the fact that I've currently got a cold, which I never get ill. I got ill on Monday. That's the worst timing for this like monk mode period, but it's fine. Like when I get back from the gym, in the morning especially, I don't know if it's from the cold as they say, but I feel somewhat tired. Like maybe not straight away, but like within the next hour or so, I feel like pretty tired when I get back. And yeah, I mean, I had two coffees today. Yeah, when I got back, I was just like tired, man. I don't know if it's because of the cold or whatever, but my initial monk mode like protocol, my idea was to wake up and go straight to the gym, kind of like eat the frog straight away, get it done, and then I can just focus on work for the rest of the day. But it's not really working as well as I want it to. So my kind of plan is to switch it around, and I got to a point earlier. I think it was about 3 p.m. Yeah, it was 3 p.m. and I was like, I'd done a bit of work, and I was like, okay. I kind of sat there and I was going to think about some stuff and write some stuff down, whatever. And I was just kind of thinking, I was like, people say that 6 a.m. isn't for them. People say that 8 a.m. isn't for, like, people say that getting up early isn't mandatory, right, for success. Like, people get up late, it doesn't matter as long as it's what you do with the hours in the day. And I agree, but and I was making honestly I was making excuses to change my schedule and change it from 6 a.m. to, I don't know, 8 a.m. Right, so then I go to bed at midnight. If I go to bed at midnight, then I can have 8 hours sleep, and it's more similar to my usual schedule, which is very undisciplined. But I was thinking there's two things why I'm not going to do that. I was like, fuck it, I'm not doing that. I'm staying at 6. No matter how much I dislike it, how little sleep I get, I can maybe make it up in the day. But as long as I stay on that schedule, there's a few things that go into that 6. First of all, it's the discipline of waking up at 6 a.m. The hardest part for me of this whole discipline thing is waking up at the said time and getting out of bed at said time. And if I change it up to 8 a.m., it's just like, first of all, I've taken an L with myself and I've said I'm going to do something and I've failed. But second of all, if I wake up at 6, it's a lot more practical for everything else I want to do. I have almost 6 hours until midday of undistracted work, maybe a bit less, give or take, of undistracted work where I can literally just decentralize from all social media, all messaging, everything, and just get my head down on exactly what it is I'm doing. So yeah, I want to get up at 6. It's just like a whole mentality shift. It kind of puts me in that monk mode phase. If I'm in monk mode, but I'm waking up at the same time as I usually wake up, it's like, okay, but there's no real difference. Obviously, there's differences, and you can say that I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, but it doesn't feel much different. To which it's going to be so easy to slack. So I was like, okay, I really want to start waking up at 8 a.m. It makes my life a ton easier. I mean, it's currently 20 past 11 now, so if I go to sleep right now, I'm getting 6 hours 40 of sleep, which isn't ideal. And obviously, I'm not going to sleep right now because I'm recording this video. I'm going to sleep as soon as I finish the video, but that's beside the point. So, yeah, I was just kind of sat there on my bed. I was like, okay, like I was fully deeping everything I was doing. I was just sat there with my thoughts, like, what's the best way of doing this and staying consistent for the next month? And there's going to be days, as I say, that are going to be harder than others, and more than likely a lot of them are going to come at the start of the period because that's when it's completely new to you, and that's when most people quit. And I was like, okay, most people start a new thing that they want to do, whether it's go to the gym at the start of the new year, they want to stop eating junk food at the start of the new year, they want to start a new year's resolution, but they quit on the second, third, fourth day because it's just so dissimilar to what they're usually like capable of. But the differences with this is I've got you guys watching me, and if I start slacking, I lose all credibility to my name. Like, and it's also mentally as well. I'm like, okay, I failed with this thing. I didn't stand to my word with this thing. I failed with my word with this thing. I failed with my word with this thing. So there's one thing changing my whole protocol during the day and what I'm doing and somewhat optimizing, but I don't think that's really a problem. I think because that wasn't really set out, that's just a way for me personally. But I think one of the main things of this dopamine detox is, well, dopamine detox slash monk quote unquote monk mode, is waking up at 6 a.m. I think that is the main principle of this whole thing. And if I can stick to that for a month, my day's gonna be so much more productive because I'm waking up early. I have no excuses to get distracted. If I get distracted, that's on me. It's not like people were messaging me asking, like begging for my attention. It's not that they do that anyway, but like there's no real distraction to take away from what it is that I'm doing. So I can just get my head down. So I wake up at 6 a.m. and it's just a complete mentality shift, as I say. So I'm gonna keep doing that as much as I was making excuses like, okay, I'm gonna wake up at 8. If I wake up at 8 a.m, I can do this. I can use my time more intentionally. I can just finish working later. But it's not it's the principle of this monk mode is to stick to what I said at the start and also have a mentality shift of that different schedule. So I'm fucking sticking to it. Now that's not to say that there are a few days in the next month that I am doing something dissimilar to my work day, which is like I've got this tennis dinner thing on Friday night, which probably won't finish until late. I mean, I could get home and be able to be in bed by like 11 or 12. I doubt it, but we'll see. I mean, it's possible. But yeah, there's gonna be days where it's like, is it worth me waking up at 6 a.m. every day? I don't know. I'd like to know your kind of opinions on it, because if I'm waking up at 6 a.m. after I go to bed at, let's say, 1 a.m. one night, which isn't often, I never fucking go to bed late. I mean, you can literally see, I sit here and record these videos every single day in the same place and I upload them at the same time. So I clearly aren't exactly a party animal, but there's some nights where I've like got plans, which in the grand scheme of things right now, all I can think of is this Friday, and then on Saturday I'm going up to Chester to see my granny for her birthday, and then I leave on Sunday. So obviously I'm gonna have to do a phone video then. But it's not often that I'm out. Not like I don't drink. The only drink I drink is port, and the reason I've got these wine bottles here is because they're port. They're like special port that I brought home from Porto because I was staying there for a month. If you didn't already know, the last month. On my own, so I bought these home specially. I've kind of just kept them in my room. I don't plan on drinking them until like a special occasion, but I mean they're there. I could put them somewhere else, it doesn't really matter. But yeah, I'm going off the point. I would like to know your kind of thoughts on when I go to bed at, let's say, 8 a.m. I go to bed late and I can wake up if I wake up at 6 a.m. I'm gonna have like 5 hours sleep. Yes, you could argue, yeah, you just fucking tank it, bro. That's what all these guys do. They just run on like 4 hours sleep a week. But I mean, for me personally, I just like, I'm not gonna be anywhere near as productive if I've got like 4 hours sleep, man. I'm just gonna procrastinate and be like, nah, I can't be asked. As much as I can say now, I'm like, nah, fuck it, we just do it. Who gives a fuck how tired I am? But when it gets down to it, it's like, I don't know. So yeah, there's gonna be a few days where it's gonna be tough to wake up at 6 a.m. But I mean, we just keep fucking going. I've been talking about this for way too long. Anyway, what I've done is I've rescheduled my day, recalibrated my day because of how tired I am after going to the gym. And I know it's like people are like, well, some people say you wake up when you do exercise, and I agree with that. I 100% do. But I like the last few days I've just been feeling like shit when I go to the gym at 6 a.m. and then come like 9 a.m. I'm like, almost falling asleep, especially when I'm coming here and I'm just doing menial tasks. So I've rescheduled my day, to which I wake up at 6 a.m. of course, and then where actually is this? Okay, I wake up at 6 a.m. of course, and then I have a shower and I write my to-do list for the day. So the next few hours of deep work, I write exactly what I'm going to do in those hours, and then I work on them undistracted, do exactly what I say on the to-do list. Like if I've got a task here, I do the task. Say I've recorded TikTok here, I record a TikTok. Like there's nothing to like distract me. There's only one thing I should be doing at that time, and it is that TikTok. And if I want to take a break in between, cool. But I'm taking a break intentionally. I'm doing the task intentionally. I'm doing everything as it comes, exactly like one thing at a time, rather than trying to do like 3 different things at once. And looking at it in hindsight, in advance, you can kind of see why am I making excuses as to why I'm not working. Like, why am I making excuses? I can't actually, I don't know where my point was going with that. I've completely kind of like gone, my mind's kind of gone there, but yeah, like there's 0 excuses as to why my mind should wander, or why my focus should wander at specific hours of the day from 6:30 until midday or 2 p.m, which is when I plan on doing my deep work session, which is, I mean, if you look at it, 6:30, 7:30, 7:30, 8:30, 9:30, fuck, I can't fucking count. I'm trying to talk while 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So if I'm working until midday of just deep work, undistracted work, from 6:30 until that's 5.5 hours. Now you're probably thinking, mate, an average work day is 8 hours, and I've said this before, but an average work day for most people is doing the bare minimum to not get fired. That's most people do. They do the bare minimum. They don't go above and beyond. Whereas if I'm doing deep work on stuff that I know is important, my monitors have just turned off. Do stuff that I know that's important, then like it's just I'm gonna be doing so much shit in that period of time, and that's until midday. My kind of plan was I work until midday / 2 p.m. Then I go to the gym. Then I get back from the gym, and given that I'm content with the amount of work that I've done, I then my day is quote unquote over, but at say 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. depending on what time I go to the gym. But yeah, if I go to the gym at 12, I then work until 4 p.m. because I'll get home at like 2. So then I'm always finished at 4 p.m. every day. I've either done a 7.5 hour work session, or I've done a 5.5 hour work session, and then I've gone to the gym, and then I've done a 2 hour work session. So it depends on how I'm feeling on the day. If I want to do more work, then cool, I'll go to the gym at 2 p.m. But if I'm feeling a bit, okay, I don't know how much I'm going to be able to do here, I'll go to the gym, take a little break, and then come back, squeeze in another 2 hours of deep work, and then come 4 p.m, if I use my time completely intentionally, without any distractions, which there is no excuse as to why I should be have any distractions from doing what it is that I know I should be doing, then the amount of work that I can get done in that 7.5 hour period is fucking nuts. Because there's no distractions and because I'm getting up so early, there's 0 distractions until 2 p.m. Like most of my calls, work, whatever, because I mean, a lot of people, they wake up relatively late. You don't actually get any like productive messages until later on in the day. A lot of the time, obviously there's exceptions, but and obviously I'll maybe check here and there, but like in breaks in my work, obviously I can't be doing deep work for 7.5 hours. I don't know if that's like, is that feasible? I don't think so. So obviously I'll take breaks, but using them intentionally, and I'm like a 15-minute break. Okay, I'm going to check WhatsApp, I'm going to check Discord. Okay, there's nothing there. Cool, back to deep work. 0 excuses. There's no reason why I need to go on Twitter. There's no reason why I need to go on Instagram. There's no reason why I need to go on all these social media platforms. So it's using my time intentionally in those hours. And now that I can look back now and have an exact schedule of what it is I'm doing, I don't need to use my phone at all, because I can access Discord and WhatsApp on my computer anyway. And I don't have to use my phone until 12 to 2 p.m. depending on what time I go to the gym. So it's just straight intention there, and it's a 7.5 hour work day. But with that work day, it's straight value. It's the most valuable work that I can be doing, and that's why I do the to-do list. I'm like, okay, what's the 20% of things I can do that's going to bring me 80% of the results, and I do those things, and I just focus in on those things. I don't beat around the bush and do the fucking, oh yeah, let's make my channel banner look nice, let's edit the video tags, let's optimize the video tags, because at the end of the day, they do minimal shit, right? They don't bring any of the results. What brings you the results is doing the hard shit, like recording the video, like making a thumbnail better, making a thumbnail, whatever it is. That's just an example with YouTube, but there's so many different examples with business or whatever it is you're doing. So yeah, come 4 p.m, as I say, when I've completely finished my quote unquote work day, supposedly I'll be incredibly fulfilled with the amount of work that I've done. because a lot of the time you always feel like you could be doing more, and I'm still gonna have that feeling come 4 p.m. I know I will, because there's 16 hours in a day, and because I'm a naive 20-year-old who sees all of these guys all over fucking Twitter and everywhere 24/7 being like, yeah, I fucking work 16 hours a day. Whether they actually do or not, I don't know, but they say it, and maybe they do. I mean, they're successful, so I wouldn't surprise me. But I think a lot of the tasks that they do for those 16 hours aren't really not what you think is deep work, right? Yes, it's work, but it's not straight like writing emails for 16 hours straight, you know? There's a lot of other things that are classified as work, to which I get onto that now. So I get to 4 p.m. and until 6 p.m. I am learning/consuming. So that consists of reading books. That consists of watching intentional YouTube videos and exactly what it is that I want to learn about. Maybe it's doing a course if you bought a course, doing a certain thing that's going to give you value. For example, I've got the sales book that I'm reading, Unreal. I'm still reading that. I need to just, it's somewhat big, and I also want to take in everything that I read. So I'm kind of reading it relatively slowly. I know it sounds like an excuse, but that's kind of how I read. I mean, I've got through literally 80, 90 books in the last 3-4 years, so it works. I do actually read them, but it's consuming stuff that's of value. And then come 6 p.m. that's when I can chill. So that's when I have food, of course. I have dinner, or maybe just downtime, like maybe I don't know, play some games with my friends, or watch a film with my family, or play tennis, because I usually play tennis from 6 p.m. onwards. It depends on the day, right? But as I say, I'm relatively lonely when it comes to my social life, because all of my friends go to uni. I'm obviously on this path, and the kind of stigma around this path is you don't really go out too much. You don't go partying. You don't do this thing. You don't go out drinking all the time, which can be further from like close to the truth. Sorry, because I don't drink really. I don't really go out. I know it sounds boring as fuck, but that's what you gotta like sacrifice if you want to get to where you want to get to. So yeah, and I know people say this and whatever, but I mean, I don't exactly enjoy it anyway. Like now and again, when I have a wedding, I'll get pretty drunk, right? Or like when I'm at someone's wedding for like special occasions, or I'm at Silverstone, like at this party thing, which was unreal with the drivers and shit. It was crazy, but shit like that. It's okay to get drunk now. Okay, cool, it's fine. But on the whole, like when you just go out clubbing in the UK on like a random Saturday night, like bro, what's the point? It's just wasting fucking cash that you can spend on other things. And if you don't go, you're not missing out on shit. It's just pointless small talk. Maybe kissing random fucking bitches you're never going to speak to. They're obviously not high value, so it's like, I know I sound like all these fucking red pill YouTubers, but it's just true, man. I'm not missing out on anything not going out. So people say, yeah, you're wasting your teenage years, a lot of them. But in hindsight, like, I'm not really missing out on shit, man. Like, it just doesn't excite me. What excites me is providing for my family, providing for my kids, providing for my wife, providing for my close family, and doing the best job I can in the life that I have, because there's only a certain amount of time that goes. I mean, literally, I got back from fucking Monaco like almost 3 weeks ago now, bro. 3 fucking weeks. That's almost a month. That time's gone so quick. And you just think of that as in long grand scheme of things. Like, a lot of people have kids at like 28 plus, 30, 31, 32. Like, I'm 20 now. If 3 weeks is going that fucking quick, that's obviously a month of the year, and there's 12 months in a year. That fucking time is going to go so fucking fast if you don't do shit with it. And that's why people say that life just like flies by. Like, I was talking to someone a while back, and they said, I can't believe that I'm like 45 now. I felt like I was 18 last week. Time fucking goes, man. You've got to make the most of it when you can. So that's kind of my philosophy, and a lot of people will see it as naive. I think that 90% of people my age that aren't watching videos like this, if you're watching videos like this, I'm sure you're in exactly the same wavelength as what I'm talking about. But most people my age, like, they're like, mate, what are you doing? Just enjoy your teenage years. But mate, I don't fucking enjoy it. I don't enjoy drinking. It's just pointless. It's just pointless, man. Yes, there's a few good moments that come from it now and again, but on the whole, it's like, what's the point, bro? I just don't. I don't get it. I don't get it. Obviously, for certain occasions, it's fine, but yeah, it's just a case of staying disciplined and being intentional with the time that I allocate myself. And now that I'm looking at this properly, like almost with a bird's eye view, and thinking about this, there is zero reason, apart from if I'm sending DM outreach or responding, which I can just set that as a task and I do that intentionally. There is zero reason for me to go on Twitter. There is zero reason for me to go on Snapchat, TikTok, Instagram during those work hours, because they're just going to be a distraction. And people would make the argument of, why aren't you, like, if you're posting for influencers, if you're a social media manager, if you're working short form content or whatever it is, you've got to use those social media platforms, but not up until midday, man. No one posts before midday. Maybe some people post TikToks like 10 a.m, but on the whole, no one, like, there's zero reason for me to use any social media until like 2 p.m. earliest, really. So knowing that, it's like, okay, there's zero reason for me to get distracted. Even though I feel like I need to check it. I have that instinct to check it, and as everyone does, because that's what has kind of been almost subconsciously ingrained into each of us. There's no reason for us to check social media half the time. And I mean, some people, it's their job, like it is mine. So it's been incredibly hard for me to kind of like get over it. But I know how much of a time waste and social media can be, and I know how much time I spend on it a lot of the time that I don't need to be spending. So now that I know that, my next worry is not using social media from 4 p.m. And the same from 6 p.m. And if I have to post, which I do, I go on it, post, and I get off. I don't get caught in the hole of endlessly scrolling or doing whatever, because the amount of times that I've gone on my phone and I've said, okay, I'm going on my phone to do this. She kind of just subconsciously said, okay, I'm gonna go on my phone to message this person, or I'm gonna go onto my phone to do this, and you just get caught doing something completely different, and you forget why you actually went on your phone in the first place. It's just such a fucking trap, man. So yeah, I don't think there's much more I need to say about my day. It's just straight up being intentional with what it is that I'm doing, and the best way to do that is do a ordered to-do list of hardest task to easiest, almost, and just have the tasks that I'm going to do that day, and you just set them important to least important, like on a top is the most important, and you do the top ones first, and you keep going until you get all of those done. Obviously, don't set yourself too many tasks, because if you do, you're just going to overwhelm yourself and you're going to end up doing nothing, as I've said multiple times in the past. So yeah, it's just a case of setting a to-do list for myself and fulfilling that to-do list with zero excuses. But yeah, I'm just going to wake up, do deep work in the morning, and we go from there. Now tomorrow's going to be a bit iffy because of tennis tonight. I'm going to probably go to sleep at like midnight now, maybe a bit later than that. It's currently 20 minutes to midnight, so I'm going to be running on 6 hours of sleep. Might I have a sleep during the day? Maybe, we'll see. But it's one day. But we'll see. We'll see how I'm feeling. If I physically can't do anything and I'm falling asleep while reading my book or whatever, yeah, I think it's allowed for me to go to sleep. But this is the kind of like optimal way of me going about my day and being intentional with the 16 hours that I have. So yeah, we go from there, man. But I think this is the best way of doing it. If I can't stick to this, then I'm not going to be able to stick to anything. The only problem is the sleep thing, and if I go to bed too late, like tonight, then it's going to get harder and harder and harder to keep schedule. So, yeah, I just got to understand that when it gets tough, I've got to not fucking quit, because I almost quit my 6 a.m. already. Like, how bad is that? How fucking bad is that? I almost quit my fucking 6 a.m. schedule with 2 days in. 2 fucking days in to go to 8 a.m. because I was being a bitch, and I think it would be better for myself. And I mean, yeah, I might be more consistent with sleep, but I'm not going to be nearly as productive, and it's somewhat similar to my normal day anyway. So it's like I'm just going to get caught into my old habits. So if I want to build out new habits, you've just got to completely go somewhat cold turkey and eliminate them for as long as possible, to which I'm doing a whole month. And minimizing dopamine, obviously using it intentionally. So if I want to use YouTube, I'm using YouTube, and that's all I'm doing. I'm not using YouTube as a distraction. If I'm using Twitter, I'm using Twitter. I'm not using it as a distraction. That is legitimately what I've set that specific time to be doing. I'm like, okay, I'm going to go on Twitter for 15 minutes. Rather than just like aimlessly scrolling and just wasting time after time. So anyway, I think I get my point across. I don't think there's much more I need to kind of go on there. Yeah, I keep getting ideas of I'm just because I kind of brainstorm while I'm working, I think about different things that I want to talk about in these videos. And then it comes to the video, and I can't remember what it was that I was going to talk about. So I need to start notepadding that stuff down. But yeah. Anyway, I don't think there's much more I really need to kind of go over. It's just a shift of when I go to the gym and when I get my work done, and that's the case of monk mode until the 23rd of December. But these videos will continue until I make this 10k a month mark. So yeah, I want to get it done as quickly as possible. Not because I want to stop recording these videos, because I really do enjoy recording them, but more down to the fact that I don't want to embarrass myself and sit here and take 5 years to fucking get to this goal, because it's just embarrassing, isn't it? And I know people might say people never make 10k in a month in their lives, and that's understandable, but they're not doing the kind of things that I'm doing. It's not possible to get there unless you start a business like I'm doing right now. You're not going to get to 10k a month, most likely, from just a standard career. So obviously there's exceptions. A lot of people can get paid 10k a month, but on the whole, yeah, I want to do it on my own schedule, and I want to make my own like somewhat legacy, right? So that's kind of the plan, and we go from there. And as I say, I want to finish this series as quick as possible, and I've formulated a plan on exactly how I'm going to do it as well. So it's just fulfilling that plan. And you've probably noticed as well, sorry about this, I'm not posting the daily to-do list of what I've done that day. Not because I'm not doing anything that day, but more because it's all kind of private, and it's very hard to kind of like state exactly what I've done that day without kind of going in depth on exactly stuff that people might not want me talking about, because obviously I'm working with people, and then might want to be like, okay, don't want to talk about this, and don't want to, like, you're doing this or whatever. So a lot of it's very menial and stuff that I don't really want to, like, I can't really share, but I'll still kind of summarize my stuff in videos. So anyway, thank you for watching. I feel like this has been probably one of my worst videos. I don't know why. I just feel like it's been minimal value in here. I've just been kind of venting, but that's what happens when you've been recording for 46 days in a row. But anyway, yeah, we're about to hit 1,250 subscribers on YouTube, which is fucking crazy. That's 250 subscribers since I've started this series, which is nuts. Of literally unedited videos of me talking in front of a camera. So yeah, fucking can't tell you how much I appreciate that. But yeah, thank you for watching the videos, boys. Really do appreciate them, and all the comments. They are the best part of my day. Reading the comments, best part of the day. And I don't know why, but I'm not trying to ask for them, but if anyone's good at taking hate comments, it's me. But I haven't got any hate comments yet, so I mean, we keep going. But yeah, as I say, if anyone's good at taking hate comments, it's me. So yeah, thank you for watching anyway, boys. I really appreciate it, and really appreciate the comments, and I respond to literally every single one of them. So yeah, you're all fucking make my day every time I see those comments, and just the support, honestly, unreal. So I'm glad that you're getting somewhat of value from these videos. I think I've said this in every single video, but yeah. Anyway, last thing in the learn/consume couple of hours, so 2 hours from 4 to 6 p.m. I've kind of marked out what it is I want to learn. I want to learn sales. I want to learn optimization of this thing that I'm doing. I'm watching YouTube videos and that, reading the book that I'm reading, and just taking in information, because education is so important. You've got to learn from other people. These people that you read books from, you watch YouTube videos, maybe not YouTube videos, because a lot of them are naive people my age, chatting shit about something that they've got from someone else who's chatted shit about doing it. But reading books is the most valuable fucking thing that you can do. And I'm waffling. I'm keep talking. I'm gonna finish in a minute, because these people have gone through their whole life. It's a whole lifetime worth of wisdom in that specific niche, in that specific topic that they've put into a book from all of their experiences they've got across life, and they've summarized them into 200, 300, 400 words. So if you look at it like that, books are so valuable, and the ROI you get from reading them, if you actually take it in, unreal, man. And I know certain people say that books are for geeks, books are for nerds. Go and get your own experiences. Yeah, cool. But I mean, you're going to get so much further if you take it from other people in advance But don't then take it from them and get in a hole of perfectionism of being like, no, I need to learn this more, this bit, and I need to learn this bit, I need to learn this bit, and then I'm going to start, and then I'm going to start. No, let me learn this bit more, this bit as well, then I'll start. So don't get in a hole of that. But on the whole, if you can just read books on like certain things, exact topics that you know you need to learn about, especially people my age, like if you're around like the ages of like 15 to 21, 22, 23, whatever. I'm 20, but reading books on stuff like taxes, on like building a business, on building relationships, on sales, on marketing, on all these different topics that people are literally professionals at, and they've summarized everything they've learned into that book as best they can. Especially the older books, they're a lot better than the newer ones, because the newer ones are a bit more like they're trying to just get money. The older ones, where they're actually well thought out, the amount of value in those, unfucking real, man. Reading was the best thing I've ever done. But anyway, I've said that in so many videos now. Reading was the best habit I've ever picked up, and I won't ever stop reading. So anyway, without further ado, I've waffled for far too long. Thank you for watching the video. It's day 46. I'll see you on day 47 at 6 a.m. The community post will be up, and then I'll be here in the evening. And yeah, it's just a case of staying disciplined to the schedule tomorrow, and hopefully not feeling too tired that I go to sleep. I'm just gonna fucking grind it out. But see you, boys. Thank you for watching the video. You're all fucking like, I love you all so much. I appreciate you all so much. But yeah, thank you for watching the video, and I'll see you tomorrow night. Cheers. Bye. Thank you.